When did you first meet Kurt?
I met Kurt in '86. I lived across the alley from Dale Crover, drummer for the Melvins. And I used to go to practice all the time. Dale right across the alley. And that's where Kurt and Chris... Kurt used to hang out there a lot. And Kurt and Chris showed up one day and asked me to play drums. I didn't have no drums, so we went out to my buddy Sam Layton and got enough drums. And we were set up in Kurt's living room that night.
That's so cool. You remember what the first songs were that you played with Nirvana?
Yeah. It was one of the first songs we wrote were, I believe it would be Floyd the Barber, Mexican Seafood, Hairspray Queen, Stank True. There was we did a couple covers. We did Thieves, Tramps, and Thieves by Sonny and Cher, right?
Sonny and Cher?
Yeah, and Chris sang that song.
So do you have a favorite song that you were involved with Nirvana?
Probably Pen Cap Chew.
Pen Cap Chew was your
favorite. Yeah, that was
one?
a second name also. Second name is the band. We already had the song called Pen Cap Chew. But then we played a midnight show. In Olympia. And the next day, I told Kurt I'd come unload the gear in the morning. It was so late. And when I got to his house, he had painted the big... That's Jillian? That's Jillian Garr. She's more famous than me.
Yeah.
Hi, Jillian.
The last 2 times I've been to Aberdeen, I was thinking about you. We were down at the landing, and I thought, gee, I should have told Aaron we were coming.
I met Lee, who bought the house, and he let me. He didn't take me inside because he wanted to show Wendy and Kim first.
Entertain Us is one of the best books.
But
well, thank you.
There's a few songs that you played on, like demos that are on some of the box sets, right? If I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Which songs are those?
Heartbreaker, Mrs. Butterworth, Hairspray Queen. Well, Incesticide, there's 5 songs on Incesticide that my lawyer is checking right now. That was drummer when they were created. Mm-hmm. A couple songs on Bleach.
When you're in front of this house, do you ever think about Kurt?
No, I didn't know Kurt when he lived here. I used to hear the guitar sometimes when I walked through the alley, but that was about it. But I knew Kurt when he lived over here. His house not there anymore.
Yeah, it's not. I checked it out this morning. Yeah, it's been demolished completely.
Yeah, it's been gone like 15 years.
Yeah, it's too bad.
But that's where Kurt lived the whole time I was jamming with him.
So how did you join Nirvana? Like, how did that begin?
It was at a Melvin's practice. Kurt and Chris asked me to be the drummer. We were pretty tight, and we caught on fast.
If you'd be comfortable talking about it, what happened exactly? Like, how come you left the band?
They had gotten Dave Foster to play drums, and one day Chris called me up, and Dave was arrested or something, so they wanted me to join back in the band. So they came pick me up, and I hate telling the story because it's really
no, whatever you're comfortable with.
No, it's fine. And my dad's a merchant marine, so I left. Kurt liked to listen to our practice that night. So we went to my dad's, and my dad was on shift. So I left Kurt there, and I was just going to run up to the store and grab a 6-pack and come back. Well, I had been drinking all practice. It's not like I took the car and went up and got drunk. You know, I just stopped and had a drink, barely half a drink. Right, and boom! I was back in the car, but I was already drunk from practice, from drinking practice.
Yeah.
And I got pulled over. Yeah, and I left Kurt sitting in my dad's place for like 4 or 5 hours. He didn't know what was going on. There's no phone, so I called Chris, and Chris came and got me because they were looking to release me. 5 hours later, the car got impounded.
Jeez.
And in hindsight, it's 2020. I tell you. And if I would have known what was going to happen a year and a half later, I would have groveled. But as it was, he fired me then. That was the last straw.
So, if you don't mind me asking, when Nirvana really took off, how did you react to that? Like, were you like?
Everybody wants to think I was all upset and jealous. I wasn't. I was happy. I was thrilled to death, you know. Because I was already, I was part of it, you know, and I was happy for him because I know exactly what he wanted to do, and he did exactly what he wanted to do. He hated all the metal bands. He hated that cock rock, I call it. He hated them guys. He hated the mainstream. And like Tom Petty said, one swoop with the sickle, farmer just cut them all down. And I know he loved that to death, you know.
Do you have a favorite Nirvana song?
Yeah, probably would Drain You.
Drain You is your favorite one? So what was it like a Nirvana practice like in the early days? Like what was the vibe? Was it really serious? Were you guys goofing around?
It was serious. Bye guys.
Really nice to meet you.
Take care. It was serious. Kurt, we played. When we learned the song, we played the same song over and over all day.
Did you ever like break anything when you were playing with them?
Yeah, I break sticks all the time. So I'm a rock drummer. I hit him like they owe me money. I hit the drums hard, and they break sticks. But, I can play with a broken stick until the next song.
So you mentioned you were friends with the Melvins too, right?
Yeah.
When Dale Crover was playing in Nirvana, did you have any contact with him? Like, did you know that he was in the band?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was just we weren't anybody, back in then. We'd play shows up at Coleman Olympia, but there was nothing special about it. We were just rock band. We were a rock band, That's it. And now you think of Nirvana now with the fame and everything, but back then it was, we were just regular guys, regular band,
So for you, what is your personal goal with music right now?
Just keep playing. I'm pretty. I still have my chops. I still play every day. Play every day. Play my drums every day, and it's not so much. Maybe make a few bucks, but I can live without a few bucks. It don't matter. I just did an interview with this film company from Berlin, and they're coming out with it's called Rock Bottom: Songs with No Money. It's about musicians. 5 musicians. I'm one of them, and they. Still chasing the dream, basically.
So if I may ask, do you have any regrets from your time with Nirvana at all? What is your regret?
I regret stopping at that bar and getting a drink and getting pulled over. Of course I regret that. I learned I was an alcoholic. I don't drink now, but back then alcohol destroyed, it fucked up my, I probably would have been with them when they made it big. I probably wouldn't have got that DWI and switched car. But I can't change that, and I just got to live with it, and I'm good with that. I regret it. That's a very big regret. I regret stopping at that bar. On the way home, I shouldn't have. But what you can do, I can't change it. I just got to live with the present now, and I'm comfortable with being a member of Nirvana. There's 5 other drummers, It's like, but I'm the original. So
that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really, really appreciate it. So we bumped into each other. I was at Cobain Landing at the bridge over there. You happened to be walking towards it. Do you spend a lot of time at the bridge?
Yeah, well, my band practice is right across from the park.
Oh,
that's
cool.
where my drums are.
Oh, cool. What's your new band?
It's not new. It's an old band, but it's new. It's Attica, called Attica.
So we're in front of Kurt's childhood home. You want to tell me something about it? What was it that you wanted to tell me?
Well, he grew up here till his early teens, and then the guy, good friend of mine, Lee, bought the house and turned it into a museum. And I just want to stress, the guy's a really cool guy, and he's not out to make any money off Kurt or Nirvana.